So now the last chapter of the week, Fairy Tale Chapter 343, Treasure Hunter. Natsu and the others have finally arrived at Taiyou Village, the village of the sun. Apparently, if Natsu rides on a tree, he gets motion sickness. Okay, so we know that Dragon Slayers now apparently get motion sickness whenever it comes to riding on transportations. Aside from their X-Seeds, now Gajil apparently gets motion sickness as well as Sting. Although I don't get why Wendy doesn't get motion sickness. She's also Dragon Slayer, or is it because of her Troya? Anyway, they see the village has been completely frozen, and they come across a giant statue, which actually is not really a statue, it is a giant.
Christ! I was frozen today!
So the Taiyou Village has been inhabited by giants. Apparently, when Natsu was yelling out huge, 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 you cut to Lucy, and then he says huge, and then he cut to Wendy, and he says tiny. I mean, did Natsu just make a boob joke? Because Lucy has big boobs and Wendy doesn't. Then again, Wendy's 13, so what the hell? Fuck it, I don't know. Now, when Gray saw one of the frozen giants, he instantly thought about Deliora and then Ul and Ultir. And I guess, the frozen giant reminded him about Deliora. So Natsu tries to unfreeze one of the frozen giants with his flames, but it doesn't work since it's a special kind of ice. According to Gray, this ice was a special type of magic that he'd never sensed before. He can sense different types of ice magic. Okay, I had no idea. But the ice reminded him of someone else's magic. He could be referring to either Leon's magic or it could be Ul's magic when, she turned to ice to freeze Delioric or something. But then they come across a group of 3 people. Don't know their names. For a minute there, I actually thought that they're the new villains for this arc, but thank God they're not. They're apparently a treasure hunter guild called Sylph Labyrinth. So do they know magic, or are they just regular treasure hunters? So one of them has this weird haircut. The other one has a big nose and big frowny face and always says done. And then there's this guy with ripped jeans and long hair. Oh, he has a sniper rifle. And by the way, dinner moment of the week goes to Lucy. Lucy's like, so they specialize in finding treasures? No, they don't specialize in finding treasures. They give away treasures. Of course they find treasures. They're called treasure hunters. They hunt for treasures. How freaking obvious is that? Anybody can figure that out. I mean, she didn't have to ask that question. Anyway, they say that they're after the everlasting flame, and they're telling them not to get in their way. But then Happy tells them that they're just here to melt the ice to save the villagers, but the treasure hunting guild considers that as getting in their way, and it turns out that these guys aren't the ones responsible for freezing the village. So they get into arguments that they shouldn't steal the flame because that will just make them thieves, even though they're treasure hunters. So they go off and try to find the internal flame, but Gray tells them that the flame is frozen, but that's okay because they have moon drip that can melt the ice. For those of you who don't know, Moondrip was the special magic that Leon used in Galuna Island to melt the ice to free Deliora, which, as we all know, it was entirely pointless because Deliora, even though he was freed, his body was turned to ice and broke, so all that effort Leon did was kind of pointless. Although, what I don't understand is how the hell the treasure hunters got their hands on Moondrip and liquefied it in Galuna Island. I mean, how did they even come across the Moondrip? So anyway, Natsu then realized that they could use the Moondrip to turn everything back to normal, so they go after them to steal the Moondrip. And then we cut to a giant bird thingy with a giant eyeball, I don't know, kind of weird. We get to see the true main villains of this arc, I think. We see this one guy who has a bandana covering his mouth, and I don't know why, but he has an on switch on his head. No, I am seriously not kidding. He has an on switch. What the hell? And we're also introduced to a woman who's a rookie of their evil guild. She knew about Fairy Tale and she wanted to get the revenge on them, and if you haven't put 2 and 2 together, yes, it is Minerva. She is back, and she has joined the new dark guild called Succubus Eye. And that is where the chapter ends. So yes, that is Fairy Tale chapter 343. So we're introduced to more new characters. 3 of them happen to be members of a treasure hunting guild that were after the Eternal Flame. They got their hands on the moon drip that could like melt the ice, but I still have no idea like how the hell did they come across the moon drip? I mean, unless they went to Galuna Island themselves, and that I guess that's possible. Then we're introduced to the this new dark guild called Succubus Eye. So I can probably assume that they're the ones responsible for freezing Taiyou Village. And I don't know like what their intentions are at the moment. They could also be after the Eternal Flame. Not really sure. But seeing Minerva again has definitely gone pretty interesting. But I don't want to get my hopes up. This could end like every other arc of Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail prevailing as always. Natsu fighting the main villain, which I'm gonna assume is the guild master of Succubus Eye, or could be the leader of the group of Succubus Eye. I don't know. Natsu fights the main villain. He struggles a bit. He gets either a Nakama power up or a power up from the Eternal Flame, and then he beats the living crap out of this main villain. Which I'm gonna call it now. This could possibly happen. So I don't want to get my hopes up of how this arc will turn out. This could be interesting, this could not be, I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see in next week's chapter. Which, by the way, we're going back to the one chapter a week format now. But seeing Minerva again, oh god. I mean, remember Minerva, how much she was a total bitch, but she was an evil bitch. So she made things interesting because she was evil. But when it came to like evil female characters in this series, they either end up redeemed or arrested so we never see them again, or dead. Personally, I hope Minerva doesn't get redeemed. I mean, after all the things that she did, I don't think she deserves it. She could be arrested, or she could escape at the end of the arc again, or she could die. So I'm going to assume, like, after the whole dragon fiasco, or probably after the Grand Magic Games, she left Sabretooth and joined the Dark Guild. I'm not surprised she joined the Dark Guild. She is evil. She could get a possible rematch with Erza or Lucy. I actually want Erza to fight Minerva. That would be pretty cool again. But then again, if she does, she'll probably get her ass kicked again by Erza. Honestly, I don't know like how much time has passed between the Grand Magic Games and the current arc that we're on right now. So I don't know if like Minerva has gotten stronger at the moment. Also, if I recall, Sting did say that the old guild master, Minerva's father, wasn't there as well. So what happened to him? I mean, last time we saw him, he had a hole in his chest. So is he dead? Did he also join Succubus Eye? I don't know what happened. So honestly, I thought this chapter was also good. I didn't actually care much of the treasure hunters, but we're gonna get to see them again next week. Because next week's chapter 344 will be called Mages vs. Hunters. So we're gonna see Knots and the others fight against the treasure hunters to get the moon drip. Still don't know how they got it. But I'm just hoping that we get to learn more about this Succubus Eye guild. They seem interesting at the moment. We hopefully will learn about their intentions of like what they want with this village, if they're really responsible for freezing it, or if they're also after the Eternal Flame. Then again, I don't want to get my hopes up that much. I just want to see like where this will go. If this goes pretty good, then I'll like this arc. But if it goes like the same formula like they did in the other arcs, then I don't know. But I'm still gonna keep reading it till we get to the final arc with Zerath. You know, yeah, that's basically it from all 3 chapters of Fairy Tail. I actually kind of liked them. Well, except 341. 341 was okay, I guess, but the other 2 were interesting. And of course, is the beginning of the next arc. So yeah, that is Fairy Tail chapter 341, 342, and 343. I'm going to Spiral 27, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.